I'm like, I don't find a thinking partner very useful if they always agree with me. I need somebody to disagree with me. Tell me that I'm a clown sometimes.
Well, yeah, and I mean, to me, that kind of goes back before AI, like the echo chamber. It's like when you're constantly just talking to people who just agree with everything you say, you never get challenged, and your worldview never gets challenged, so you never step outside. That's why you end up getting, like, people will just fight vehemently online about something that's like, if you just took 5 minutes, right? I mean, at the risk of sounding like so many people, it's like if you just Googled it, and not even just Google it, but like you looked at maybe like a few different websites, maybe some websites that have like a .org at the end, or something a little more reputable, as opposed to just some .com, like it's just a blog, and when you really look at it, it's just like one person that's just writing something online. Because at the end of the day, one of the good things about the internet is that it allows everybody, Noam Chomsky briefly mentioned this in Manufacturing Consent, in the foreword or the introduction to the 2002 version. He just talked about how, like, the internet, because when he first wrote the book, the internet wasn't out yet.
Right.
But then he has a little introduction on the new version where he basically says, the internet is kind of like allowing some of the dissent to come up to the surface, because pretty much anybody can post anything online.
Right.
Which is good and bad, because you can post truth online.
Right.
And you can also post lies or
whatever,
or BS, or, so. And I'm also a big proponent of, like, books too, just because, like, the internet has always been kind of like, even before AI, it's just like, I don't necessarily always trust the first thing I Google, and also too, what I've noticed now that Google has AI, like, now, like, I think you can, I think I saw something where you can turn it off, but I've noticed, it's just like every time you Google something, that first thing that pops up is
an AI summary.
Is an AI summary. And it's like, well, and what I guess the point I was trying to get to is that I've noticed people are now using that as proof. It'll be like, I saw, somebody said I was wrong about XYZ. And so now I'm going to respond to that, and I'm going to post a screenshot from my phone. That's the Google AI overview. And then they're using that to, like, prove somebody wrong. And it's not to necessarily say that the AI is or is not wrong. It might be right. I don't know. It depends on the situation. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is that people are starting to rely on this as some kind of, this is the truth, which scares me as well in some ways. It's like,
well, it sounds like you're saying that you're encountering some people that are using, like, the AI as an oracle. The Oracle of Delphi, you go ask the question and you get your answer.
Right. And it's, I spend way too much time on TikTok, which actually it's kind of funny. I see this sentiment on TikTok all the time that, like, somebody will post something and nobody knows what they're talking about. And then they'll say something along the lines of, well, I'm employed. Can somebody please explain this to me? The reason why I find that funny is because probably 95% of my TikTok scrolling is at work. It's because I'm employed and my job is boring that I'm on TikTok all the time. Because when I'm at home, I'm not on it as much. I'm not saying I don't go on TikTok at all at home, but anyways, back to the reason why I brought up TikTok is because you know, people will argue on TikTok all the time. And it's like, you know, these TikTokers are going back and forth and they're like, boom, here's what AI said. So you're wrong. And it's like,